Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, today I'm going to talk to you about NTLA therapeutics because many of you have been wondering what is happening with NTLA, why did it drop so much, and what's happening with its pipeline and FDA approval and so on and so forth. This video is for you, and a shout out to Michael who had also asked this question, and one more subscriber who was requesting information on NTLA, what exactly is happening. This video is for you guys. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Recently, NTLA shared promising data from a phase 2 trial of its CRISPR-based treatment, NTLA 2002 for HAE, which is basically the short form for hereditary angioedema. This genetic disorder can result in potentially fatal airway blockages during an attack, so a person would not be able to breathe. And the solution for that is to make a tracheotomy or make a hole and insert a pipe and get them to breathe through it. And it's a very difficult condition to live with. But while the initial market reaction to the trial update led to a nearly 9% drop in NTLA stock, I believe this could represent a buying opportunity, as NTLA 2002 shows strong potential as a game-changing therapy. I'll elaborate about this in this video, but remember, friends, this is my personal opinion and not financial advice, because I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not authorized to do that. Neither am I a geneticist or a scientist who does these things. I'm an investor, retail investor like yourself. And I scan through, read, understand what's happening from an investor perspective, and then form my opinions. So I'm going to share my opinions with you. The data based on a trial cutoff of April 4 included 25 patients who received single doses of either 25 mg or 50 mg of NTLA 2002. And the results indicated a significant reduction in HAE attacks, with monthly attack rates dropping 75% for the 25 mg group and by 77% for the 50 mg group. So one way to look at it would be that there is a marginal difference between 75 and 77. So one could go for 25 mg. The other way to look at it is that HAE is so unpredictable, and when it happens, the patient has to be fortunate enough to be near an emergency service and to get a good surgeon who would do a tracheotomy if needed, or do whatever to open up the airways and then bring down the attack and restore normalcy. So it's a very, very difficult condition for people who are suffering from that. Lay people like us would not understand it unless we have a family member who has that kind of a disease. So even 75 to 77% is an absolute improvement. And remember, this is a once and done kind of a treatment, okay? So with a once and done, if you can reduce the rates significantly, it would be good. And this result is only for the first 16 weeks. We have not checked beyond 16 weeks yet. But looking at the current standard of care and looking at what NTLA 2002 promises to do, I think it looks impressive, at least from my perspective. And what's more, attack reductions of 80% and 81% were also noted between weeks 5 and 16. So after the first 5 weeks were over, then we saw improvement in the effectiveness of the therapy. Moreover, 12 of the 21 patients receiving NTLA 2002 and 8 out of 11 in the 50 mg group and 4 out of 10 in the 25 mg group achieved complete remission. Complete remission means they didn't have attacks after that, meaning they were entirely attack free for a median of 8 months. At least 8 months, they didn't have to worry about it. Building on these results, NTLA has advanced in NTLA 2002 to its phase 3 trial named HELIO, where they will further test efficacy of the 50 mg dose and safety as they pursue regulatory approval worldwide. Notably, the phase 2 safety profile was favorable, with no serious adverse events or significant lab abnormalities reported, aside from one grade 4 swelling incident that likely caused by the patient's underlying HAE condition rather than the drug itself. The once and done potential of NTLA 2002 will provide a distinct competitive advantage over existing therapies like BioCris Orladeyo, which is a daily pill, and Takeda's Takhzyro, which is an injection taken every 2 to 4 weeks. Additionally, there is a big challenger, which is Ionis Pharmaceutical, which is developing a drug that requires administration every 4 weeks and has shown almost 81% reduction in attack frequency in phase 3 trials. And it is very closer to approval as compared to NTLA 2002, in my opinion. But let us take a step back. Let us say this is not a once and done cure. Even then, if you have to take a dose every year, that is better than taking a dose every month or every 2 months. So that way also Intellia seems to be superior. And I would say that Intellia's single dose efficacy could be compelling for patients and physicians looking for a more permanent treatment solution, especially people who have to travel a lot and are suffering from HAE would find this to be very advantageous, and it will help them to progress in their career and take all those opportunities that they refused earlier because of the HAE condition. While affordability may drive a certain market segment to the other alternatives, but Intellia's 2002 is positioned to lead as a premium offering in HAE with its innovative and one-time dosing appeal, a quality that would support price leadership in the segment. And that's the reason why I think that the current drop seems to be an overreaction. Of course, all of our genomic companies which do not have any approved FDA approved therapy which is monetized is definitely a high risk opportunity, because further equity dilution could be possible before a monetization takes place. However, having said that, I don't see any reason why after such a good data release, Intellia has to go down. Maybe there is something in the balance sheet or something that we don't know about, which may come up maybe in a week or two. It will become public knowledge. That's a different issue altogether. But based on what I have in front of me, I think that this drop has been an overreaction. Another notable endorsement for Intellia's long-term potential, I find, is that ARC Investments' recent acquisition of Intellia shares, adding 161,792 shares worth $3.4 million across its ARC-K and ARC-G ETFs. These are all the money that they spent on acquiring Intellia shares, 161,792 Intellia shares. And I think their continued investment would suggest that from their vantage point also, they think that Intellia is onto a good thing. And I would use that as a support for what I'm telling you as my personal estimation. And I think this also demonstrates that probably ARC feels that Intellia 2002's capacity to dominate as a revolutionary treatment option in a potentially large market is worth taking the risk. To sum up, while initial investor reactions were lukewarm, I believe Intellia's latest development reveal a significant market opportunity, reinforcing Intellia as a potential stock to consider. If anyone has additional insights or different perspectives from what I have, I would like to hear from you in the comments, because as I said, I'm a retail investor. I'm sharing my thoughts with you. And I would like to hear from you also. Maybe you have some extra information that I don't have access to or that I haven't come across. Next, I want to take a quick look at the price chart before closing out this video. And as you can see, we had great prospects and we were on a bull channel. We had a cup and handle target for Intellia of around $28.76, but that was not to be. Things started coming down and we had almost 9%, if I'm not mistaken. Let us see, this is the date and this is where we are right now. So initially we had a 25% drop. I think that 25% drop is a huge overreaction. There was a little bit of recovery today. We are up 1.45%. The MACD is bearish, and momentum had hit rock bottom and it's now just bouncing back. And remember, we got the earnings coming up on the 31st of October. And if that date is correct, I think in a few days' time, the management has another opportunity to clarify the situation. And I think if I am right, and if that's the way to think about it, then probably you'll hear the same thing from the Intellia management in that earning call. And that could restore lost value, and I think any bounce back, even because there's a huge gap down, and as I always say in technical analysis, gap down acts like a magnet and drags the price towards it. So there's a good chance of making around 10%. 10% of $16 is $1.60 per share. So that's the kind of possibility out there. But at the same time, let's not forget the fact that we were on a bear channel. This is the bear channel that I'm drawing for you out here. This is a support line. We have fallen below the support line. So this support line can now become a resistance. And when it becomes a resistance, our price will continue to go down. For that, to avoid that, it has to break through above this and become on top of the line, but still it will continue to be bearish. So we want to have a series of higher highs and higher lows to create a new bull channel. Will that happen? I do not know. Nobody has a crystal ball. Right now the chart is looking pretty weak. However, having looked at the data, having looked at the current standard of care, and having looked at Ionis as a potential competitor with a daily dose tablet with equivalent effectiveness, I think that NTLA with a longer term effectiveness and same kind of maybe superior performance than current standard of care should be very much in favor. Everything again depends on the pricing, what kind of pricing the company comes up with, whether it is affordable for the patient. So that's the big question. So I hope with this video I have addressed all the questions that you have in mind. If you have any more questions, please put that in the comment section and I'll work on it and get back to you with information. Now the other big question you may have in mind is, Raj, you are doing a genomics channel. Are you going to invest in NTLA? So the answer for that is that yes, I would definitely invest in NTLA. My situation is that I have kept around 20% of my portfolio in cash and I'm waiting for the market to dip. I believe that October, the last 2 weeks of October will be bad and I'll get opportunities to buy some real blue chips, and that's why I've kept the money, and I don't want to dedicate into NTLA right now because I already have some genomic holdings and I want to be able to focus on CRISPR rather than NTLA. But given the fact that there has been a sharp drop, I would definitely like to try it out, but my risk profile does not allow me to afford those kind of indulgences, so I wouldn't go into that. And the other thing I would like to tell you is that when I look at the market, right, I have 2 or 3 principles that I'm following. One is that I can't know everything about all the stocks, and therefore I want to keep a narrow focus. So we have a narrow focus on a bunch of genomic stock and a bunch of AI stock, which we are tracking on a daily basis. So this makes sure that we have a focus and we are not spreading ourselves thin. And within this area, if there is any opportunity, I would like to get into that. That's point number 1. Point number 2, if there are some other stocks which are having good earnings and which grow faster, why would I put it in genomics at this point of time, knowing that monetization is way further ahead, interest rates are just about starting to fall, and the gains that I would make in, say, let us say AI or some other area with good companies is going to be much more robust than what I'm going to get with genomics. And I'm going to wait for the right moment to take investments from there and put it into genomics. And this, I think, is not the moment right now. And as my thought evolves on this, I will share it with you. But if any of you have a different opinion, again, please put that in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day, and bye for now.